Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I got some bars to these.
Run Ryan.
Right.
And everything. You have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
No way. What grade?
That one.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now Manchester United are
Welcome fellas, welcome everyone to All In, All United. Tranmere, Alexander Arnold, JP, Chef, Simeon, fellas. It was a good day. I mean, in a game where before I was biting your hand off for a respectable loss, even a boring draw. We go on Liverpool, just to stink out the joint and leave it a point. I was taking that, that kind of way. I mean, even I think JP did message me with the whole snow situation and whether the game would have gone or not. I was taking a postponement earlier, right? But at the end of 97 minutes of football, to be sitting here disappointed that we didn't get the full 3 points, who would have thought earlier? Who would have thought? Right? And if only Maguire did score a goal, against arguably the best team in the Premier League and the best team in Europe right now, we'd be celebrating 3 points. All in us saying. Now, it has some real interesting comments from Bruno Fernandes post-game, as well as the manager post-game, and we will get into that, right? But how we feeling, fellas? Phil, how we feeling?
Yeah. Happy New Year to everyone. Blessed good night to everyone on the panel and in the comments soon from now. Good way to start off 2025. I think we got to touch on this guy goes with the name of Ugarte. I think we got to touch on him tonight. He definitely is a shout for one of the best midfielders in the Prem. But I'm feeling good. Today was supposed to be Sacrificial Sunday, where we got sacrificed. And lo and behold, it just became Survival Sunday. And 2-2 is a good score for us away at Anfield. But we are the type of team to do this versus the Manchester Cities, versus the Liverpool. But when it comes to Nottingham Forest and Newcastle and other teams, the team nowhere to be found. But we'll talk about that later on tonight.
Yeah, go through that, JP.
Yeah, well, happy New Year, everybody, and good night. I feeling kind of like Amarim right now because I am a little disappointed that we didn't get the 3 points. Amarim was vexed when they did our first interview with him after the match, and I think his anger more came from the fact that the team could perform to this level, and he was just wondering where this was all the time. And it's almost like when we score first, I had to calm myself because I was like, all right, we know what could happen with this team. But at the same time, I wanted to celebrate, of course, because it's Liverpool we score against. But I think for me, what really impressed me today is just, yes, we went up first, but today we went down 2 goals in a short space of time after. We give up 2 goals in a short space of time. And the reaction that I saw, we went toe-to-toe with Liverpool. We went toe-to-toe with arguably the best team in Europe right now today. And it goes to show that these players can play football. So they play the fool all the time. They could play football. And I know that we get some training sessions in this week that would have helped with it. But the level of horrible that we were in other games to come and put out this kind of performance today, if I was Amrim, I'd be damn vexed too. Because then, every other game, we should have win. every other game we should have win. We have no excuses if we could go toe to toe with one of the best teams in Europe. No excuses. But I'm very happy for the performance today. And as Bruno say, what we had to see now is what we do against Southampton. It's all well and good to turn up today against Liverpool. But the real test is what we're going to do against Southampton. Because that is where it really matters. That is who we have to beat. And whether beat them bad too.
Yeah. Simeon, jump in now.
No, I mean, like what I mean is what JP say. Like we play a decent game today. It wasn't like some games we play with Ten Hag at Ollie. We would defend the whole game and do a counter attack and score. Like this game, you know, we the first few minutes we latched down and they went into too much in the first few minutes, but like after that, like you see us more and more getting into the game. And when they scored two quick goals, we came back. It wasn't like some games where we have waves and waves of attacks coming our way. No, we attacked too. The possession game we played today, the discipline you saw from a lot of players today was kind of shocking. I mean, I saw a man like Garnacho come on. I had a chance to run on the touchline and he passed the ball back. I don't think I've ever seen that from Garnacho, since he's been there. I think the coach, the coaching starting to sink in on some of them fellas. I think it's not just the result, but how we did it. The possession, the discipline. We have to work on finishing, but overall, the tenacity you saw throughout this game, Menden, for the most part, Menden's kept a beat. I mean, for the most part. So I mean, if we could keep it up, I mean, we ain't gotta worry about relegation, So yeah, I'm glad, I'm happy. I ain't gotta, hide from, fellas, Facebook and Instagram quiet today. So yeah, it's a good day.
Yeah. Chef, what you saying, buddy?
Yes, so I'm gonna finish take my vitamins. When you're supporting Manchester United, you just need freaking vitamins. Yes. Good night, everybody. All the best for the new year. Big up to all the Capricorn people. Blah blah blah. This is our month. All right. That was a decent performance. I would even go as far as to say that was probably our best performance of the season in on an overall scale. I think they need to paint focus in every part of the Manchester, the stadium, the dressing room, because that this team showed today, you see when the focus, then what they could accomplish. I fully get it. Why the manager and the captain would talk about being annoyed and being angry, because then we don't expect that we will beat us overnight. But at the same time, Dred, it has certain teams should be beaten. We are beaten me in the way we get licks too for the season. So, but all that to say that, well done on the performance. Them fellas and them. I watched Manchester play today, and it was so much control, as one of the brothers on the pod said, under Ole or under them Ten Hag and them. It have games like this where we come out with a little draw, even scrape a win, and it's because we was on the back foot for 80 minutes and scrape together a little counter here, there, and end up getting something out. But really and truly, then nobody could have fight us today if we had won that game. Because really and truly, we deserve to win that game today. We give as good as we get at times, and at times we give even more. So yeah, it was an all round good team performance. And I want that be the important thing, that we're not waiting on no stroke of magic. Because this is what has been papering over the cracks for years. That a man will just pop up, do something incredible, and hey, we come and hit our team on the counter. Nah, this was a team performance. It was a team defending. It was team attacking. Yeah, so big up to the team today, man. You're talking.
Yeah, for sure. Let me just get some comments. Now, fellas, I don't know if for those who viewing, I don't know if anybody getting some problem, but like the stream not posting on the Facebook page as it should normally be posted. So until we could sort that out, you all don't forget, we on YouTube, so you could always catch us on YouTube, right? Until I could sort out that, because I'm trying to find it to share it up. But again, some little problems there. So it's on Facebook, but I don't know where the actual stream is.
Yeah, it's not showing on the page, but if you go on the all in all page itself, you will see it as like a status almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll look into that. But we on YouTube, so I mean, you could always take it in from the YouTube side, right? Thanks for that. So don't forget to like and share the pod. Alan on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying where this side this be when we're playing against Wolves, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Forest, and other teams. Yeah, Brighton, etc. Mylon on the inside, good night. Thanks for joining. United could play football. Whoa, that was refreshing to see. Now, earlier, I think the entire fan base expressing the same thing, because Phil said, JP said, Simeon said, Chef you said, right? And the manager all said, right? And this was a direct quote from Amorim post-match. He said, I think I get more mad because of the other games. It's even harder to understand some things. This is not about the system, the technique, it's about something else. And the reason why I bring this up is because in the last press conference, everybody asked him if you want to change his system, if you want to do something different, right? And and I'm glad that this performance was testament for him to make this comment, because he spoke about mentality, right? Now I remember probably 3 or 4 pods ago, Chef did make a comment, and I can't remember if his mentality he did use, was the term he did use, I can't remember, right? But he did talk about the team and what we need from the team going forward in terms of consistency, which was something else. But it fallen straight into this, because we know the players talented. I mean, they may not be the ideal fit for Amorim system, but we know the fellas could execute, basic things and not look like schoolboys in a big man game, right? People keep talking about changing system to suit the players, this, that, the other, yada, yada, yada. And the man come out here and said he angry because he know it is. He said it's about something else. This team lacking character. This team lacking mentality. You understand? This team lacking focus. It's almost scary to think, because Bruno Arnold mentioned it. He said we could come up for Liverpool, but what about Southampton?
Yeah.
And these are the concerning things with this group of fellas. Is it that them fellas feel the reach? Let me go on to your next comment before I jump in on this, right? I am trying to push this team every day. Everyone is too comfortable. Only how long we say that these fellas comfortable here, right?
Yeah, man, speaking the truth.
He said people too comfortable. You make it, you reach Man United, you get your bumper contract, you get your 350,000, 200 and something $1,000 a week, and you just rest back on your royal. And he emphasized it again. He said it's not about the system, so stop coming and asking me about 3-5-2 or 3-4-3 or 3 at the back or 5 at the back. Go through, fellas.
Well, I mean, based on the result and the performance that we put up in the Manchester derby, you would have immediately thought the team would have kicked on after that. Lo and behold, it's almost like 1 step forward and like 5 steps backwards. We regressed, right? don't get me wrong. There were a little bit of injuries in there and some suspensions in there, right? But I think the two things that we are looking for is one, consistency, and two, we want players to lead from their performance, right? There's some players out there that don't have to put on the captain armband that you can show that they're a leader, right? Lead from your performance, right? Work as if you're playing for Manchester United, not for some relegation team. Nope. No, I don't want to be like, we're gonna get relegated. We're not. At the end of the day, it's all about consistency, right? Manchester Derby, great performance. Went into the Etihad, took away 3 points. Came today, almost took away 3 points. I know that some people are divided with regards to if Xerxes should have tried to chip Allison, but hey, he put it he put it on a plate for Maguire. It don't get easier than that, right? But at the end of the day, some people say that Xerxes is low in confidence, so he wouldn't have like tried anything, right? But you're right. The test is the I think Sir Alex Ferguson said when he was in charge, the league is won against the other teams, not against the big four. Because the big four back in the day was us, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea, right? The league is won against the other teams, not those four. So for comments like the real test is against Southampton, it's right because it doesn't make any sense putting in that type of performance versus Liverpool, and then all of a sudden we like drop points versus Southampton, versus Wolves, versus Newcastle, versus Forest. It doesn't, right? We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Exactly. JP, is it that? Right, and I mean, I know this stuff that would have gone before that you would want to comment on, so you could throw that in as well, right? But is it that the team suffering from what do you call it, boy, the underdog mentality? Because it's the big games that we pump for, and the games where we're supposed to be the better team, you're not getting performances, and like the other teams wanted it more than us because we feel it automatic. So is it a kind of underdog complex that we find ourselves in right now, as unfortunate and sad as it may think for a United team?
I think it tied actually to what Amarim say, so I could comment on it two in one, where he talk about the players being comfortable because is almost a comfortable to the point of complacent when they're playing smaller teams and they know to turn up for the big occasions. Now I know in the past we see where we get thumped up from Liverpool and things. So the hope now for me is that that mentality turning around and we realizing that we're not supposed to go in as underdogs because today I don't think we play like underdogs, and that was the difference. The difference is we didn't sit back and wait for Liverpool and then try to hit them. And I think that is what catch Liverpool off guard. And then the best player on the field for us today was Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. So we had a little extra man on the left hand side there today. He helped us out a lot. But at the same time, I think really and truly we play on the front foot. We didn't step back and allow Liverpool to run at us. I think we did a great job on Salah as well today in marking him out of the game. So today it didn't feel like underdogs. Today felt like a team that realized the actual potential that they have if they play football. Against City, it more felt underdog. For some reason it felt more underdog in that game. But when I see the way we were playing and when we went down the 2-1 and we went at Liverpool and we were relentless, and that was a big team mentality. And I think that is what Amram trying to instill in them is the mentality, because the mentality too comfortable, too complacent to just go out and do whatever in this game and not really fight too hard. And how much pods now I talking about that fight, that tenacity. That's what we see today. That's what we see today. They cut out these stupid errors. Simple things that we do today and start talk about we play plenty long balls because we're not stupid. That was our tactic. I'm sorry, we didn't play all the back. So because one of the best pressing teams in the world, we will play the full in the back with the ball. We're not play more long balls today, which we needed to do, and that makes sense. So I think that Amarim finally impressing on them what his team is, and I'm hoping that it's good that we play the very top, and then we're gonna play the very bottom next. Because if we could see that level against our Southampton, I expect in a 5-0, a 6-7-0. That's why I want to see in the next game for me to feel like these fellas really serious. Because if we could draw 2-2 with Liverpool and better finishing, it could have been 4 or 5. If we could do that, then Southampton supposed to be begging for mercy in the next game. Man supposed to be calling police, right? That is why I want to see against Southampton, and that to me is when I will really know that these fellas understand their assignment now. So I'm hoping that is not a revert to form and they go on and they get complacent again and he really continue to work on that mentality. And I honestly feel that is why Rashford's still not in the mix. Because he is one of the players that comfortable. Use the academy boy on the highest wages, one of the highest wages. So and you come in and you're moving like you know use the big boy inside there. He just I thinking about in school days when they have him on the NFL team now. Or just walk around school like them as gods. I feel like Rashford vibes. That is probably how he just walk around in Carrington. So keep him away. Let them fellas earn the keep, let them earn the spot, let them understand that you have to fight for every single game. So that's why I hope when we start to see going forward.
And just on that, before Simeon come in, you're seeing that even Garnacho, the youth who are chip on his shoulder, you're seeing he and all get cut down to size because he and all on the field and he looking so lost. He looking so humble in where he at right now. Yeah. You understand? Yeah, so I think those are the kind of things that you're saying is what them fellas need, reset them, and then okay, let me go again. You know, Simeon?
I mean, I just love Amarim. I mean, I ain't gonna say Amarim in. I ain't gonna say I think he's the man, but
Simeon,
right now,
don't study chefing. If you're drinking the juice, drink the juice in the dog.
No, the way he's playing the media and the fans, everybody is a masterclass of how to do the media. Them try to put all the pressure on this man. Hey, it's your system. You gotta change your system. I said, nah. Man said, look. I mean, you tried that system before. You know, they get licks. So I mean, use this. I know. You know, we will see what happens. Like he put the pressure back on not just the players. He pressure back on the whole team, the whole club. He didn't just say the players too comfortable. It's everybody here at United is too comfortable. Like you're comfortable getting licks. you're comfortable getting licks left, right, center every other week. It's like this not acceptable. And like all of a sudden, you know, we see this coach just take that pressure and apply it back to the players, and you see that response now. You know, put it back on the team, and you will see like when the roof start leaking in a press conference, he ain't try to cover it up like Ten Hag would. Also, he said, "Hey, this is what it is. This is where we are right now. If we have to get better, we have to lock down. We have to improve. You know." And I think, especially that too comfortable, line. It's like men do all the domestic they've been doing with no repercussions. Men then get benched, men go out and play crap. Want to storm off, turn it back on the manager. Because we just see men storm. I mean, we used to seeing this, right? You say why he stopped the field and he turned it back to the manager, or walk on the tunnel, or in the go on the bench and make all kind of face. Like, I think what he doing is saying, hey, we 14th. After that last game, he said, hey, we're 14th. How could he not how could he not be offended as a professional? How could he not take that personally? And he's saying like that to them fellas, like, you'll have to have some kind of pride in yourself. And I think you see with this team now, it's like he ain't asking them to do anything special. I look at this game today. I ain't seen nobody drill past 5 people and score. Man just had to do a job. Do your job, stay focused, and we'll get through it. That same system man was laughing at and said we had to change, get us there, and it's like this coach is pulling all the right strings to try and get this team to where they need to be, not just on the field, but mentally. And I think, like you said, the Garnacho thing is a big indicator big indicator of what we're doing. Look at somebody like, who else? I mean, Dallo will have a great game today, but he might do what he's supposed to do. He might cross the ball where he left, his left leg, and the ball come through. I mean, we had so many chances. Like, people just doing what they're supposed to be doing, taking responsibility for for their job and stuff. I'm like, we looking better. So I think that kind of accountability we having from players and stuff. I think this coach really putting the fellas under a microscope. And I love the way he switched it back from him to them.
Yeah, well said. Chef, I don't know if you hear if when you heard when I read the quotes from the manager. Chef,
Say that again.
You heard when I read the quotes from Amarim, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go through now. Go through.
But he's right though. He's right. Then we come here every week and trying to figure out the unfigureable, if that is even a word.
Yeah.
Then we trying all how to what it is with this team. What it is. And again, I will say, we know to ourselves, we don't have the best squad in the league. But we just asking, we that bad, boy? We that bad? So, yeah, then the man right to us, and as Simeon say, he's showing, I'm telling all the fact, I am absolutely convinced this is not a physical thing, but this is a mental thing with this team, boy. This team has something mentally in right within the club, and it come down to the players and them, and this manager have a real massive job ahead of him to change our whole culture of just, as men say, comfortable. I could never understand how men could be comfortable losing and just earning a salary. Though they play for Manchester United and yeah, we might be a little biased because every club, but then even in the shit season we have in, though, we still one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Yeah.
And men like, come now, man. Before today's game, in our football group, I wrote focus, pride, and intensity. You see them 3 things, though? That is all I asking from the team, boy. That is all, just give me them 3 things, that, and other things will fall in place, that. Amarin talk about it. Roy Keane talk about it. Scholes talk about it. Dan, you can't teach a man effort. You cannot you cannot coach a big man effort. Let me be real. Because our whole side is made up of internationals that then come now, man. All they playing for free, you know. All they not playing for free. Forget the money. Then people coming. All they, let me be real now. Let me put this into perspective. Men will be sitting down in rain. And I not just rain. Like cold rain, dog. Watching all, you know. Traveling all over the Europe. Watching all there. Now you're telling me, as a player, that don't have no kind, that don't touch all this no kind of way, boy.
Waking up at 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock in the morning to watch these men.
But I'm telling you, boy. I'm telling you, Jed, I looked yesterday. What was the last game? Yes. Oh, not yesterday, this morning. The Fulham Ipswich, that was this morning, right?
Yeah.
Dog, I watch these two teams play, and here I tell myself now, I must watch these two teams play with the all, and then watch Manchester with the millionaire side come and give you a bag of shit, boy. So you're watching men playing, and you're watching the intent because men want to. It's easy for me to say, hey, we're supposed to be beating Southampton and them, but horse, we know how this league is. Dog, it is hard days. Number 1 will play number 20, and number 20 will put it on number 1. So, boy, we can just hope. We can just hope.
And you see, is for me is years upon years of reinforcing a real counterproductive mentality, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They never being held accountable for the careless, lackadaisical performances. It's always the manager or is scapegoating 1 or 2 players. You know what I'm saying? Or they're trying to gaslight the fans for feeling aggrieved. You and Phil now talk about the kind of sacrifices fans make sitting in the rain, traveling through snow to come and watch them play like if all in Canada jumping on an air conditioned bus or a bus with heat to go back where they're coming from. And people had to deal now and confront the weather, the adverse weather, to reach back in the house. So the whatever used to happen before, them players and them used to get, all right, don't worry, next game, check your bank account, your salary hit the account. You know what I'm saying? You go find 2 or 3 players who will get scrutinized, whether it's because the LSCK or from a certain part of the globe. You know what I'm saying? Or the media don't like them, or the manager, and then it's rinse and repeat. But I am convinced that, and I hope that this is not a beginning of a 10-year thing like we saw with Ten Hag. But Amarim is calling these things as it is. He see it and he say, hey, no, all too comfortable. People losing their jobs and you playing the fool? No. Come on, mentality. Come on, give fight. We need to fight. And this is what and watch me, there's all the fans are asking for. And he keeps saying it. He's saying it's not about tactics, it's not about systems. Forget that. At the end of the day, if you can't pass the ball properly and follow a pass or follow simple instructions, then the whole thing will break down. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me just get some comments here, right? So Arun on the inside, thanks for joining, man. Good night to you. He's saying we know we could be playing like this consistently, but I don't know what's going on. All right, and that's what we're talking about right now, Arun. That's what we're talking about right now. Everybody, watch me. And I mean, I feel Amarim. He say, I am allowed to be upset. You understand? He say he not gonna, the fellas and them. It was a good result. It was a good performance, right? He say not too pleased about the result. It was a good performance, but he say he still, feel like he want to be. He could be vexed, right? Christian on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He said, I love what I see from the side today. Zirks is supposed to put a better ball for Maguire. He wasn't under any pressure and send a bouncing ball. He could have shoot too.
I can answer this.
Go ahead.
Kristen, while I agree with you, here we're going with that with Zirksy, in my opinion. You see this thing called confidence?
Yeah.
If that was an informed, confident striker, he's not passing that ball. No striker worth he 2 cents passing that ball though. He is collecting and putting that ball into the far post. Yeah, the pass was on, and you could agree to that. But then, if you're a striker, but us afterwards, Xerxes had a tough weekend. Now, we be real. We talk about it right here. The youth had a tough week. And to be honest, he showed some mental fortitude to come on in his little cameo today. Show some little bit of fight. That nutmeg, he tried to get me damn mad and had me cussing him. But you know what, though? The man didn't drop his shoulder. He come on. And in the end, he could have, well, we could have win the game. So credit to him today, that. And as blast Xerxes, because I still find he's real shit. But I also, within myself, had to understand that there's a youth that come into a bad situation and being asked to do things that really and truly we should not have been asking them to do. We needed a center forward that went for Xerxes.
Well said, Chuck. Well said.
I could even go further back. You know, we needed a center forward, and we went for Hoyland. You understand?
Yeah.
So you see how far back that shit start?
Yeah.
Bro, Paul Scholes say something today. And dog, most of the time I don't agree with Scholes at all because I just find he turned into a real dumbass now. But then Manchester United have absolutely no right to have one kind of center forward. We can't even say it's a center forward because Hoyland's still finding his way. Then Hoyland get some chances today. Boy, a proper striker putting away them things, brother.
Yeah, but I do want to go and say I guess say a good striker will score them thing.
Good striker.
A good striker. Because I mean we look at the lap, right, from Ipswich.
Dog, partner.
He making half the money Hoyland making, and I'm sure
Not even quarter of the money Hoyland making. I'm sure the lap was making about 25,000 a week, if so much. It's small money. But you see, he's a real pest dog at with being a pest. The youth has skill dog. I was like, boy, it's true your father. All your father can do is do long throw. But you was a proper player, boy.
Yeah, man. Mickey on the inside, good night to you, man. Thanks for joining Glory Man United. What you guys believe to be the reason for the way these guys played today and against City compared to the ones we lost?
We don't know, but we talk about that.
We talk about it. Yeah, we talk about it. So
we talk about that.
Watch back the Saturday pod, Mickey. You'll get the information, right? Alan saying here, I want to see consistency because we saw this type of play against City and then we just played garbage for us. Exactly. And the thing about it is it's out there. You know, normally Ten Hag would have come and, you know, try to BSP with us at a talk and deflection, but it's out there. So the fans now, everybody will be looking at this and saying, oh, they're too comfortable. You understand? This, that, the other. We expect a certain level from Ole, and the manager he not hanging the players out to dry. He's speaking in general, and he dealing with the issue. So if it fall in your garden, well, you know what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? So Ole, we look. What I promise you after those comments today is what the fans gonna look for is the performance and the levels of performance in the next game and the next game and the next game. You understand? So earlier, I really want to talk about these referee calls because boy, it had me. If I had hair long like Aquaman, I might have come here with some patches missing today. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, it is almost as though you know VAR and these referees have an association or some union against Manchester United because the calls are ridiculous. And I just want to name a few and then I'll jump in. The one when Robertson was pulling at Ahmad and the linesman stand up Righty.
He didn't know this flag. He didn't know the referee had to blow for that. The ref had to blow for that.
and you're right in front of the man. The Maguire challenge on Salah. How that is a foul and a yellow card?
Clean tackle. All ball.
But I tell myself if that Maguire tackle is a foul, the Lenny Euro one gotta be a foul as well too. Then if you want to be
Listen to
consistent.
me. I was expecting them to go because I watched it and you could see proper tackle, but I was expecting them to call it back as a penalty, you know.
Man,
Let me add one to what you do because this is what people are talking about. I find enough. That one, when this big shit on Darwin Nunes, watch, was it the lips? And hit him that elbow. Don't men tell me that yellow card. Brother man, that is not no yellow card.
He wasn't looking at the ball at all, and he went in with his
He didn't play at the ball at all. He watched him man and premeditate hitting him an elbow straight in the face. And men tell me that is not no yellow card, pal.
That is a red card.
Dan, I just always say, see me as a footballer too, I don't like to talk too much about refereeing decisions because I believe it has go both ways. Some days you'll get it, but Dan, this Oliver fella is a bitch. I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry. It was ridiculous, Dan. It was ridiculous. It was looking so blatant. That one we get the penalty for. Remember, he didn't give it at first, right? VAR tell you, I want all you correct me, right? When VAR tell you, come and check it. And you still have the option to go with your decision?
Yes.
Most times.
But we know, most times, for me time to go to check, they just give it. But Dan, you telling me, you go and check that. See now, I personally find, we just always say, don't give referees the opportunity to make calls. The left hand should not have been up there. But dog, at the same time, Dan, he's a human being. And the ball coming quick.
I find is a poor call when you look at it in real time. Because when I see it show in real time and how quickly that ball come off McAllister's head.
JP, that come quick, you know.
And it was turning. And you know what Oliver do? When he went and look at the replay, it's in slow motion. Obviously in slow motion, it will look that way. But here what? Oliver was the same referee when we played Tottenham. And Romero hand was in an unnatural position, but he said proximity. Proximity. So what the proximity wasn't there for Delit? It's the same thing, but they give that call. And why they didn't show the replay of the handball on the other side for us?
Well, I was waiting for that one, JP. Go through. Yeah.
They never show the replay.
Yeah.
No.
They never show it. And it's a clear handball there too.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's almost ridiculous on here.
It is ridiculous.
That's over 5 calls we talk about that went against us in one game. Over 5 calls.
And those calls are calls that could have turned the game one way or the other. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
I am certain if Bruno Fernandes did do what what's his name again? Who thing on the list? Nunes. If Bruno did do Nunes that play that was calling that back, I was gonna study that with like university.
Yeah.
That was alright.
Yeah, that's right.
But so it's really something. And I mean, I remember Ten Hag say he not gonna talk about referee, but it had the breaking point where he came out and he started to talk about the referees. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Ruben Amorim take the same approach. He said he's not gonna talk about referees, but if this nonsense continues, he gotta break and he gotta talk about it because it's ridiculous.
I want to add one more thing to this whole refereeing thing. Because only could tell me, did the rules change about what you could do to a keeper on corners and stuff? Then we could sit here and talk about how you can't rough up and our keeper need to be stronger, but all you really see what the opposition doing, men coming in front, actually putting the body on the keeper and pushing him into the goal, you know. And here how they're doing it. They're coming as a line. So is a line of them coming in front, in between, and pushing the keeper into the goal, you know. Making it harder for him to reach to the ball, you know. Since when that legal?
But Chef, you in here, the coach Amarim say, hey, well, if they could do it, I guess we gotta do it too.
That's all.
If you watch again today, you see we're trying to do it back to them too. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you know, what's good for, you know, what's them
We
good
have,
for us
we,
too.
we
So I
have to
mean,
do it
the
too.
game on. Oh, not
I personally want our defenders though to protect our keeper more. We can't allow men to buy land in front of our keeper and be able to stand up there. Or as the defenders have the right to come and push them out of that area.
Yeah, I think we have become susceptible to set pieces to the extent where teams actually planning for it.
Of course.
You know? Because that one set piece that Liverpool tried, and that was in the first half, and Onana was able to push it out. The camera pan on slot, and they could have seen the disappointment on slot. I don't know if you noticed that.
When the practice it.
Yeah, so it's something that we really had to we had to try to figure out how we're going to counteract that, because as you say, Chef, we're not seeing where the goalkeeper getting the level of protection as he used to get before. Now I don't know if that lack of protection applying to other teams as well, because I don't see that happening. Whether it's because probably we don't attack the box for set pieces as we should,
probably,
you know, but I don't see where other teams,
Something I noticed today, and we not marking man for man. We don't mark man for man. We just zonal mark. You also there was a play today where Kobe ended up having to mark Van Dijk. And I was like, why Kobe made no marking Van Dijk on corners? Because we zonal marking, dog. Done that zonal marking thing is 1960 done. Mark man for man, please.
Yeah, that was in the second half, because I asked the exact same question. Why is Kobe Manu marking Virgil van Dijk of all players?
Of all players.
Kobe Manu is like 5 foot something, and Virgil van Dijk is like 6'3", 6'4". So that
listen, he marking him to the top of the box. So when Van Dijk looking to get a running start onto that ball, so that's even more airtime.
Yeah. Kerwin on the inside, thanks for joining, man. So in failure, we got robbed. Kristen saying here, this squad lacks a clinical finisher. Right? Because we waste too much chances against Newcastle. We played a world of shit and could have win, but the amount of clear-cut chances we had. We need that clinical attack on top. Right? And I think Kerwin also agreed with what we're saying. Right? Now, Kristen bring a point here that I want to just extend on a little bit. And guys, don't forget to like and share the pod. We want to get more people in on the content, right? So don't forget to send the likes. I think that has helped the algorithm, right? So we saw so much chances that we were able to create today, right? It had different phases in the play where, the game was open and we were getting a lot of chances. And I think our decision making is what's letting us down in the first half. Now, I will just say the first one, and I could jump in with some others, right? Dalot. You get a beautiful through ball from, I think it was Bruno Ugarte, I can't remember. And all Amar running through the box. In my opinion, all you have to do is play that nice firm pass on the ground.
On the ground.
Yeah. Right? And this man play a curling ball. Now, if you know how these balls curl, if Amar running far post, right? When the ball coming to him, it will already be on the way out.
Yep.
So it will be difficult for him to even reach the ball to try to get it on goal. You're going to need that Cavani type striker to get that on goal.
That's why you need to mash up his spine.
You understand? So he had a bend up and twisty body to catch that for it to redirect it properly. because it was already on the out. Now, my thing, well, correct me if I'm wrong, in comments as
No,
well.
everybody was saying that Dream
Why we
had the same, and here they say, with the same curve on the ground, that ball is reaching Ahmad Fatapin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got in that. If anybody has played FIFA, what Dallo did was he pressed square. He should have double tap square. That would have gone on the ground. So
let me just get Nico on the inside. Nico on the inside, man. Good night, man. He said
Oh,
good performance
cool. Good
today.
night, brother.
But I agree, we need a clinical striker. Today's Nico and his wife's anniversary, so that's why
Hey,
he
big up to you, brother boy.
big up, man. Yeah.
big up.
Nice man. So no thief in internet tonight.
Oh, yeah, go through it. Had plenty more decisions
Yes,
that
Nah,
were falling.
There was one decision that you could have fed into Hoyland in the first in the second half. Somebody had to, because I know it was Hoyland and Ahmad on the left.
yeah.
And I think if you had put it onto Hoyland, it would have been on Hoyland's stronger foot, and Hoyland could have taken a chance. But I think the person fed it to Ahmad, and I mean, it was still we were still on the attack. But I think the better decision was to play it to Hoyland and get Hoyland some confidence in. Right, he could have at least tested Allison again. Right. But in terms of decision making today, there ain't much decisions I thought today that we could have done better, you know. Maybe.
But still, it's a plenty, man. It's a plenty.
Well, y'all go through that. Y'all go through. Let me look at it.
Let me say one thing. We have to work better. We have to do a better job on being onside.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And that's
all
part of decision making.
I mean, even on set pieces, it's like you offside.
Yeah.
You can see down the line. You know you offside. Well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Don't just go back now, boy.
I mean, simple thing like that. Like, it's irritating because they make it see the offside, and then men still running and acting like they're gonna do something. Like, we have to work on being onside, like not just on free kicks and stuff, but just in general, because that was really, really bad at waiting in the offside position for the ball.
Even Rasmus, as you playing as a lone striker, I find this take too long to get back on side, boy. Sometimes the ball don't play. Men looking up to make plays and they have to wait for you to
He jogging back. Yeah, he jogging back. Yeah.
I find that Rasmus hold up play. He has to work on that because you're not getting chances to do what you want to do if you don't hold on to the football better.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to be backing up into every single
No.
opposition defender like this is carnival. You don't have to, right?
Yeah.
And especially understand something to your point, bro. Dan, the ball coming. The defender had to come on you too, you know. So you go and attack the ball, let the defender come, you're pulling him out, you collect your ball or you foul you, and you make a play. But he does be leaning back too much to try and trap that ball, maybe with his thigh, maybe with your inside. Don't put your whole body to the ball and get.
One thing you have to realize is if you as a striker start to lean back, you're not in control anymore.
You're not in control.
The center back is in control of you. Because right now, if you lean back on me, I can either hold you or I can make you lean back some more to make you fall down. Right?
Yeah.
You're not
He
in control.
Never has balance. He never has balance when that ball come into.
JP?
Definitely had to work on that. Yeah, definitely had to work on that. And because when you're looking at other strikers, even strikers for smaller teams, Raym and I was talking about Mateta for Crystal Palace. And the fact that he's actually a better striker than Hoyland. Because if you look at his hold-up play, how he could get others into the game. Hoyland not doing that. He not holding up the ball. He always on the floor. He always trying to wrestle with the centre backs. And then looking at as we were talking about the decision making, that one-on-one he had with Allison, and he just blasted at him. It was no attempt to score. I think
So
what all
finesse
Hoyland
the
did
ball,
say,
boy.
he just say, I had a shoot here. He
Yeah,
didn't think about where he put in the ball. Allison opened his leg, you know. If Hoyland did put that ball low, he could have played through his leg. He could have go just on Martinez hit and score. He could have hit like that too. So as a striker, he had options. I think in those areas is where you're not getting much chances. You have to take them. You had to show that you're clinical. You had to show that you're up fit. And
correct.
If we
another
talk,
one I would say is go ahead, Phil.
oh no, I was gonna come off of the striker part and go into the defending part now. I think
Yeah.
Gillette was a bit too naive to slide
Way
for
too naive.
I think
Yeah.
I think that okay, obviously I think either Ugarte or Kobe Mano should have followed Gakpo,
It's Ugarte.
right?
Ugarte left him. Ugarte
Ugarte,
was with
We
him.
got
Ugarte,
in
right?
it.
And
Yeah,
he went back and cover space that Kobe was already covering. So
yeah.
that is what
Yeah.
leave Dillit alone. But Dillit self could have still keep Gakpo on his weaker side and just run him in,
Yeah.
even if he get the close in.
That was a rash tackle.
Because
Yeah, he didn't have the timing.
Gakpo wasn't shooting from there. Because
No,
now you sliding. Now you put Gakpo
you
on
give
his
him the
front
room.
On the
foot.
stronger foot.
Yeah.
You give him the room to drive that ball. And that
Yeah.
was a nice color. He did. With the space he got, he did what he had to do. Put it around everybody into that fire post.
That's a nice fish like Gakpo. Like I look at that, the fake shot. I mean, that's a nice strike, polish, fish from a striker. I mean, yeah, you would hope to let with a, not slide there, but it was a bad play, but I don't think it was egregious. The man get fooled. I mean, it happened.
It's happened. That's
Gakpo
happening.
put a move on the man, and the man, went sliding, back to Old Trafford, but.
You got beat like that in Trinidad. Though up to now, men laughing at you, Because that beat was horrible, He take that cut like a real bad thing,
Yeah, I mean,
But you see, after Dillit sell himself and Gakpo had the ball there, the other defenders
too much time.
Too much time.
No, but not that they had a decision to make, because if they rush him, it's a simple ball to the player on top of the box. So you either had to hold a position and try to hope somebody else recover, or he shoot and he miss or Onana save. But at that point, it was all in Gakpo hand. It had nothing else you could do.
Well, let me ask this question: Who had a better opportunity, Gakpo or Rasmus?
Hoyland had a better opportunity.
Hoyland.
Yeah.
Hoyland. Yeah.
So
but you see, even the same situation Hoyland was in, Martinez wasn't in as good a position, but Martinez knew exactly how to strike the ball and where to play.
Yeah, finesse. Exactly. Bro, it's not everything. This is the problem I have at times with Rasmus, though. So that what it is when he chipped the keeper and score, I was shocked. As a striker, you had to have some kind of finesse about you, though. Not everything is to ram the ball in, boy. Take your time. You done. We had to give Martinez. Martinez finished today. Though I ball, That was what you call a proper finish,
Yeah.
So chef boy, I post that on my IG story, the Martinez finish, and about 5 or 6. About 5 or 6 people message me the same message. Who is the person that passed to Martinez?
Yeah.
I say, well, boy.
Bruno Fernandes.
A simple pass, though.
I know people coming for me, boy.
No, if there's one thing, you see today.
Bruno was immense today.
Listen.
No, today, I think I messaged Riemann today. Bruno give you a captain's knock.
Yeah, Bruno was
today. Bruno give you a captain. Dan, I saw it at times when the team was starting to get a little deflated and thing, and you saw Bruno talking to them, telling them, "Hey, all here, come." That's what you expect of a captain, dog.
And not only that, chef. he lead by example,
Yeah.
right? He was everywhere. He was keeping the ball well. He was looking after the ball well. You know, he was doing some nice little feints. He wasn't wasting the ball.
No.
And for me, that is one of the most important things for me with Bruno. Bruno is giving away the ball and forcing it. Bruno took his time. He maintained the patience levels. You know, and for me that was super commendable. That was excellent.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Right now, you got to give Jackie jacket because Bruno was disciplined.
Yeah,
He was disciplined today. Right, there was maybe one or two Hollywood passes, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's better than 20 Hollywood passes a game. Right, so you got to ask yourself, why can't we see this from him every single game? Why can't he be leading us as the captain that we know him to be, that we saw him today, right? All we on the panel, or anybody in the comments, all we ask for is a bit of consistency, right? There are, and as I mentioned probably last year, 2 or 3 months ago, there's some players that we're going to put in a category that you don't have to worry about them. Mazraoui is one of them. Ugarte is one of them. The Lit, to some extent, is one of them as well. To be just had a bad day at the office today, right? But I can't comfortably put the likes of Bruno Fernandes or Rasmus Højlund or Lissandro Martinez into that category as yet. But you know, one player that I may put into that category in the next 3 to 4 games, if he keeps on these types of performances, Harry Maguire. You ain't ready for that yet. You ain't ready for that yet. We used to lambaste and criticize Harry Maguire under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Ten Hag, and they got. I used to do it. Chef used to do it. Everybody on the panel used to do it because they got receipts. But here, no, in a back three in the next 4 to 5 games or even 7, and he puts up these performances like that today, he can go in the category with De Ligt and Mazraoui and Ugarte. I stand one big man.
If it's one man, I have absolutely no qualms about them triggering his 1-year extension. This week was Maguire. Maguire deserved that though. That is how I know it should be. You play and earn your contract. And not only play one, you consistently earn your contract extension. That Maguire playing a big, it would have been real nice for Maguire to win that game today because he did deserve it. But I can't find Maguire right now.
No opposition striker is beating Maguire in the ear. And I can say that with chess.
Isaac. Anyway, I'm gonna get some comments there.
I watched that game, bro.
And listen on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining me. He's saying Rasmus has to work on a lot of things. I remember the pass Bruno did make for Rasmus, and he was telling him run it in front of the attacker. The way how he played the ball, it had no way Bruno was gonna get a ball past the attacker, and Rasmus run behind the defender, and he was supposed to run in front.
You got cut in, man.
I mean, the thing about Rasmus is, and I think Karim showed me the post Rasmus make about, Liverpool, and I like the drive, I like the industry, I like the attitude he might have.
We just want your score.
But if a fan, I love it. But when I played football back in the day, I play defender. You know why I play defender? Because when I see goal, I used to close my eye and swing my foot. I don't want to see a United starting striker do the same thing waiting for the goal. I mean, no. That is what you can't be talking about other teams and have all this big talk. And when it's time to finish, finish, you close in the eye and swing. You swinging and hoping you hit the net. No, that's for me. That's for me with primary school. Primary school kids be doing. Pick a corner. I want you to succeed, man. But this club can't wait. Amarim can't wait. We can't be comfortable with this kind of finishing. We have to do better.
Yeah.
And even Ahmad finish. I don't know how Ahmad they score these goals when the ball is just creeping to the net. He just kind of knocked the ball, and the ball it feels like it's rolling forever. He waits for the ball to get in net. He just had the softest finishes, and I don't know how it is going, but he just let it go in. But we have to, I'm not ruling there in there anymore. But we have to find some way for us to finish effectively.
Yeah. Nikki said here, I agree with that pass from Dallo was not proper, but I still feel today's performance was. Yeah, I definitely agree. Today was one of Dallo's probably best performances since
Well, definitely.
Yeah.
You know,
Without a doubt, today was one of the better performances since the new manager. And he had all admitted today because he was one of the players the interview after the game today. And he had all admit, it took him a while to get into the new way of playing and stuff. But he think with the extra days of practice and stuff, today was really a better day for him.
Yeah. And listen, saying here, if the Lits do that on any grounds, men go shout out. Yeah, Doraf, right? Mickey saying here, yes, Phil, well said. Mickey saying here, thank you for acknowledging Maguire. Right? Martial scored again today. Maybe that's right, huh? I don't know.
No, we don't need that guy. Kareem Ligan, I insist.
Mickey saying here, a couple of podcasts ago when we chose our best 11, you all laughed when I chose Maguire. Oh, I was trolling. All right, partner. I remember.
Aye.
You can't find Maguire right now. You can't.
But I think Mickey, you have to realize that Maguire is now protected by two other centre backs.
Yeah.
Right? I think Maguire is playing in the perfect central centre back position where he has De Ligt to his right and Martinez to his left. Right?
And Euro.
Or Euro as well too, right? What Maguire can do. Yeah, boy, Euro as much as he has. I don't know if you guys know it. Euro has not been part of a winning squad for Manchester United as yet.
Yeah.
That not his fault though. Yeah, that not his fault though.
But that youth very bad.
That tackle boy. Nah.
That tackle. That man, that was a throwback. Ferdinand Vidic.
Yeah.
That tackle. I said, Jesus Christ. What a tackle.
I was watching the game yesterday with Chelsea and Crystal Palace. Right? And Chelsea scored early in the game, and everybody thought, with the form that Chelsea has been in bad the last 4 games, that, because the team playing good. I mean, get the jacket, right? The team playing good, and they start off real strong yesterday. And they were playing, but Crystal Palace kept, holding the resolve. And the thing about it is, Crystal Palace eventually got a goal, and the game ended in a draw. And what came to me is, you see how important it is to stay in a game.
Yep.
You can never tell what will happen, what will fall in your favor. Crystal Palace stay in the game. Crystal Palace could have said, oh God, we ain't getting no chances. We defending plenty, but we ain't getting no chances. And, wherever we don't count this one a loss and we move on. Chelsea was a hard team to beat anyway. They're up on they're in the top 4. But they stood in the game.
Yeah.
And it's tackles like that one where you don't understand how important that tackle was to the result of this game, because that was clean train.
Yeah. That the save what Onana made to start off that game. When I show we done say
McAllister.
So them is the things that keep a team in the game.
Yeah.
But to that point you just make about Crystal Palace. That is the Crystal Palace captain, Gian. I said it now. He going to be the next big time centre back in England. Palace wouldn't be able to keep it for much longer.
He leaving summer. I'm sure he leaving summer. He
that
good boy.
That boy.
Yeah, Sheffield leaving.
Bad,
Forget Jar Branthwaite and his side, man.
No. Gian was the man. And what I like about him is he hard in them doing as a defender, but also he does attack you corners and then take proper to it.
Yeah. He has some real good ball carries as well. So
Yeah.
Mickey saying here, no problem. I agree, but he's stepping up. All right. Go ahead, Timmy.
McGuire, like you have to make sure, like the big thing with him is that communication. You have to make sure he and Martinez on the same page, or he and Euro or Lit on the same page. 'Cause a lot of times what happens is, Martinez might go one way, somebody might go in between them, and they will have no idea who's marking who, and that's a lot of the goal score. Once he has, if the training they did this week helped that out a bit, that's a good sign. But another thing, you watching today the McAllister chance, like they talk about how McAllister run through the midfield and nobody pick him up, and that's how he had a wide open, because there's always there's still a space between our midfield players and our back five that a lot of midfielders are trying to find and come through. But I loved like how after that chance, went by and we got, when I say that, like you didn't see too much of that after that. You didn't see too many guys, running through midfield, getting a pass through midfield. So it's nice to see issue fixed, or better mid game, I mean, and not just that. Like the set piece wasn't, we didn't concede for a set piece. We didn't concede after, the first half. We didn't shoot. We didn't have too many mental mistakes. I mean, we really cut out a lot of, the mistakes we made in the last few games. That was good. That was good.
Yeah, definitely. Eric Lewis on the inside. Thanks for joining, man. Good night to you. He's saying finally Bruno has stepped up against a Big Six team. All right. And again, everybody will be asking for his consistency. We do it only against the Big Six. We do it against everybody, but everybody.
Just give it consistent.
Yeah. Ugarte was my man of the match. He was everywhere today. Ugarte, buddy.
You're starting to see. Well, I want to say that this starting 11 is probably the team going forward. I feel more that with the exception of probably Euro coming in at times for one of them others in the back, this will be the starting 11. And then you really see the importance of having a Ugarte. People, men only talking about Scott McTominay and some Scott McTominay. Brother, man.
He'll be jogging inside it.
Correct.
And you see, not only that too, Ugarte, I am very impressed with his ball retention, his intelligence when he in possession, his ability to even get out of tight spaces with the ball. He impressed me with that. Perhaps within the next couple of months, I might expect more because my expectation will change, But getting stuck in, being that kind of tone, but adding an element of ball retention and carries. Yeah, he's not just a bruiser. It's one very, very important for how our midfield working right now. And I think him and Kobe doing a hell of a good job right now.
Yeah. Kobe gets a partner.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, I know and Simeon, would have shared some little concerns here with Kobe, and I think, with establishing a little more consistency with the back three and the two of them in the midfield, I feel we could see some improvements as the understanding, improve now. So because today they were very, very good.
Yeah, you realize Kobe's had a catch back in form now too.
Yeah, and going forward, let's see Kobe doing some kind of thing there. We need that by.
Yeah,
we do. Yeah,
it was good to see. It was good to see even Mars catch back a form today in this game. Because last couple of games, Mars was a little out of it. That Mars hit a man a ball 3 leg to the right ball. Yes, I said Jesus.
Diaz, right? Diaz.
Yeah, but here's the thing about having an intelligent central midfield, right? having a midfielder or midfielders who possess a very high IQ. A lot of people don't realize calms down the football.
Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah.
When you have
Yeah.
a midfielder that is so calm on the football, and he has at least 2 or 3 options to pass to, and his ability to stay composed in trouble, right? That kind of not only calms down the team, but also raises the level of the players around him as well, too, right?
Correct.
And that is why I am slowly but surely starting to like Ugarte, right? This whole Scott McTominay, we were gonna miss him, and Napoli president talking about we were so stupid to let go of McTominay.
Yeah, well, we
That's what
stupid.
happened to them.
We
Yeah.
stupid, right? Are we
Yeah.
proud? Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we stupid and proud. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't let's be real. We don't miss Scott and we don't miss Wan-Bissaka. I'm sorry, we don't.
Nope,
don't.
we don't. We don't.
Sorry, we don't.
Um,
Move on.
Yeah. I just want to mention one thing before we look to wrap it, right, guys? Last week, the midfield was totally second or third best to Newcastle midfield. Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali, and Joelinton. But I actually think, I look at my bias, but I think Kobe, Ugarte, and Bruno was better than McAllister.
Definitely.
Gravenberg.
Gravenberg, and who was the next one? Curtis Jones? Was Curtis Jones?
Yeah, he eventually.
Jones
And,
was in
and
the
it was
system.
it was not only that, that's a great point, Dream, but it also was done. When we lost the ball, it was, as they say, hunted in packs. You was seeing men crowding out. And who better at doing that than Liverpool? And we was actually beating them at that. So you're correct. You're
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
And this is why, again, I'm upset.
Yeah.
Because what happened to Talia?
You're
Yeah.
wicked. You're wicked.
The
The
best
wicked.
midfield in the
There's
league.
criminals.
The best midfield in the league, we were better than.
They are criminals, and like we said like an hour ago, you give these type of performances versus the Manchester City, you frustrate Arsenal to some extent. You put this type of performance at Anfield versus Liverpool, but then the big test could be Southampton come next week, because it don't make no sense we dropping points to Southampton and we coming back to the pod saying, well, we put in a real good performance versus Liverpool, and now we drop points versus Southampton, right?
Yeah.
Like you just have to build up on the performances you had the prior. We as fans don't ask for much. We're gonna support you whether you play shit or you play good. We can support you, bruv. Just make sure you put in performances week in, week out. That's what we just ask that.
Correct. So, fellas, after today's performance, that came on the back of 2 days training. Now, I know Amorim don't want to give credit to the training session, but more the mentality, right? And that's commendable. But we know how much the training session would have helped the team improve. So our next game is on Sunday, so which gives us a whole week. Amorim said we're training tomorrow. It's an off day, right?
Yeah.
So after today and our next week on the training pitch, all you think that FA Cup game against Arsenal is now a winnable game?
I will tell you after Sunday game.
I say
Yeah,
yes.
that's
Because we have not played consistently games on the bounce. So I want to see how we look Sunday.
yeah.
Okay.
When last we played 2 games,
But
good in a row.
all right, and that's a fair response from Chef and Phil there. But then again, remember we as football fans, we looking at it, in the here and now, and kind of projecting without the hindsight, So just looking at where you saw today, with 2 more training sessions, a whole week. Because before today, yesterday, if you ask any Man United fan, with next 2 games, we will call it a write-off already.
Yeah.
You understand? So with 2 sessions and now a week, if you consider the Arsenal game winnable. Because we didn't consider that a write-off from before, JP?
No, it's like I said earlier. Today didn't feel like we were the underdogs. We went toe to toe. So I think this is what we're expecting going forward now. So it'll be disappointing if we come and we don't give a performance of the same level against Arsenal. So my hope now is that after we get these sessions in this week and we work more on the patterns of play and things like that, I expecting that we come in and give Arsenal a game too, because remember Arsenal do have Saka in their team right now. And he is like one of the main outlets for them in terms of scoring. Odegaard, I think, was coming back from a little knock because he came off the bench in the game this weekend. So we don't know if he starts in that game too. Arsenal
boy.
is a team that I don't think as dangerous from open play as they were in the last 2 seasons. They are a little more reliant on the set plays right now. Jesus pick up a little form in the right time for them, but I still think that this is a game that we could go with the view that we could win it. And I actually seeing that if we do play how we played today, I am seeing where we could actually pull off the win, and especially if we are a little more clinical with some of the chances, because I think we will get chances. If we go and actually play football, we go at them and we don't sit back and go in with the underdog mentality, but we go with the mentality that we could play against these guys. We have a whole week, and I expecting to see the same 11 that started this game against the Arsenal team, and I expecting the same level of performance as well.
Yeah. And if I recall, sorry, Simeon, if I recall the first when we played Arsenal away just recently, they only beat us on 2 set pieces, and that was in that was after 60 minutes,
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, and I think that's the good part, and that's also the bad parts. Like, Arsenal are great at that extra, that you know that 300 level course of winning games. That the corners, the set pieces, little trickery here and there. They're experts at that find the extra gear or the extra little technique or whatever tactic to use to score. And we are going to have to be very sharp, mentally sharp to beat Arsenal. And that's the thing. We have to be mentally sharp and like, I mean, we're getting better, but are we that much better in 2 weeks? So I think it's not really that much about tactics or, fight, but are we going to be as sharp as they are? Because like I said, they win a trophy in how long? They've been such every little advantage to win games. So we're going to have to be very sharp if you want to beat Arsenal. It should be a better game than it was, but we have to watch out for any little quick free kick here, any little thing, because they're gonna try and do everything to win.
Yeah, we can't switch off at all.
Like you see how teams playing with them now with the corners, and somebody mentioned it in our game now. We should have done it. I can't remember who was he putting it, but what Brighton did against them this weekend, they had 3 players on the half line for corners. So
Yeah,
Arsenal had to counter that with taking men out the box too. So it
yeah,
disrupted their set plays.
yeah.
So we have to start to do that, because you're not going to leave 3 men unmarked on the half line, because any ball get knocked out to 3 of them, they once they're behind half line, they're onside. So they will have to counter that with leaving men further forward too, and then putting less players in the box for them to aim for and disrupting the whole set play. So that's the
That was,
kind of things that we have to do. And I watched Brighton with that this
that
weekend.
was
And it's the
actually
kind
a
of
massive, massive thank you for that, JP. Because I completely
yeah,
forgot how good a tactic that was in the game in truth.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. For real. And just to add another layer, when we played Arsenal the last time, Ten Hag rotated the squad. Ahmad didn't start. You understand? I think there was somebody else who didn't start. So I'm saying, and again, and this is what I was saying from before. You develop that consistency with players. I am telling you that game against Arsenal, we going, with the same 11 that Saturday, bar something out of the ordinary happen. And I think that is what will also give us, something extra. Now, this is not us going in and saying, well, we're going to win that game, blah, blah, blah. But what we're saying is we fancy our chances now. No. We fancy our chances. Now we're seeing how much improvement the team has, improving with some training time. And then now the manager also, highlighting, the lack of mentality, why we're not consistent, and these are things that they will talk on and work on in training. That's what I believe, So this is why I am of the opinion. Now we could come and although we could still get a bag, we're still in the red zone, But I still I feel a lot more confident than I was before today, and I think that is where I am at right now. I think we could do something.
And Karim, don't forget, it's January too, so the first got worry about the transfer window being
and everybody could everybody could get a phone call and say, hey, pack your bags, you're going Granada, So so guys, I think that brings us to the end of the pod. A massive result, right? Just a little lower, and we could be talking about 3 points here, the win, But we have to say credit to Fulham, credit to Brentford for keeping, Ipswich and Southampton and them fellas and them below we. Who again below us lost again this week? Leicester, I think Leicester play already.
Leicester.
City.
If Crystal Palace had won their match, they would have leapfrogged us.
So I mean, we had to be watching behind. We still in the red zone,
We move up one spot.
So team
progress.
Right? Yeah. So Chef.
I said what I said.
Anyway, guys, so Phil, JP, Chef Simeon, guys, it was nice. It was nice as always. You all in the comments, thanks again for the likes, the shares, the comments, everything. We do appreciate it, and we will be here again on Sunday to review the Arsenal FA Cup clash. I mean, we have a week. We don't know what might happen in the transfer window. We don't know if there are any outgoings, any incomings. We'll see how that goes. So guys, have a good night and see you on the next one. Blessings.